mean, to me, I think that's what you got to do. You got to get that core of 2-3 teams and then go out to the rest of them and say, hey, these guys are committed. We want you guys to commit too, and you won't regret it. And then follow through with it.
Right.
You know, and then the marketing and the branding goes without saying.
And as like you're saying, as for coaches for these teams like St. Ed's and Wyoming Seminary and teams like that, they got to be thinking next level also. You know, in college, you're hitting this competition every week. You got to be thinking about getting your kids ready and what's going to make the biggest difference. And that'd be a team like St. Ed's and Wyoming Seminary and, you know, Calvary Chapel and them competing against each other, because that happens every week in college. You know, and to get these kids ready, they need to feel that grind, and that's the hardest part of when you go into college. Sometimes going to the Ironman and then maybe possibly hitting another hard tournament back-to-back is a good thing for them. You know, like we have our Oklahoma State had the Southern Scuffle this week, and we have Iowa next week, you know. And it's, you know, that's part of the college season, and and some of these coaches might need to look at that instead of, you know, sometimes taking weeks off and just, you know, possibly going to the Ironman and then coming and competing against Wyoming Seminary in this tournament and trying to take them out. You know, and I think that's a very important factor. It's, you know, if you can put yourself in as many tough situations in high school as you can, the more benefit your kids will have in college.
While we're talking about continuing to grow this tournament with Coach Walrich, who started this event, 145-pound finals gotten underway. We're about 1 minute 20 seconds in. Bryce Rogers is your red wrestler, striking first blood, up 2-1 over Kyle Politz from Greater Atlanta Christian, wearing the CMP Teamwear Design finalist singlet. 23 seconds left in the period. 25-6 record on this season for Rogers, and a 35-3 record on the season for the senior Politz. Orlando, Florida, Lake Highland Prep coming up here. They've been coming up here every year.
Yeah.
Every year they've committed to this event, and it's not like we're talking about the St. Ed's. Lake Highland Prep's had some super studs come through here.
Yeah, big time. I think they were at the DeVort a couple weeks ago.
Palazzo and his coaching staff do a great job with these kids. They always have top shelf kids. I see him all summer long traveling with his kids. He's not just a seasonal coach. He's freestyle tournaments. He's Disney dueling it up. He's everywhere with his guys. He's really committed to that program.
Yeah, the big thing with Lake Highland Prep and with all the other Florida schools is that Georgia doesn't allow 8th graders to wrestle.
Right.
Varsity.
So
Florida,
he struggles bringing them, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm always proud of him because he always comes back. You know, he's dedicated, loves his tournament. There's a lot of coaches here.
Blitz and a crackdown. This is big trouble here for Rogers if he can score it. That's definitely 2.
I guess we got something else coming up.
As always, Jeff Walrich, the founder of this tournament, the godfather, so to speak. Always appreciate what you've done. I'm happy that we can be involved, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you to Cliff. Thanks for coming on to this tournament. It makes me proud. We are friends, and to see you come aboard, I know this tournament's going to blow up. Appreciate Chris Perry being here. He's a rock star, so it's nice to have rock stars here at this tournament. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming and letting us come out.
Michelson again.
And we got a reversal while we're chatting again. A minute left. We got a reversal. We're knotted up at 4 apiece. Second period.
Crushing it, man.
And we got Casey Michelson sitting down. The guy, there's always a guy behind the guy, and he's both of them. He's the guy and he's the guy behind the guy. Everything that goes on with this tournament from an organizational standpoint is Michelson's doing. Called me up, said, what's up? I want you to be a part of this thing. We're doing it. Perry's down here. I was about to say, I don't think this can be 4-4. I think they got the score wrong. So talk to us about, you heard us talking with Walrich a little bit. You've been kind of carrying the torch with Coach Davis. How's it been? What are you thinking about 2015?
Well, first off, I called you because I know you guys do it the best. You specifically, I love it. I love everything you guys put out there. It's the energy, the enthusiasm, and I know you love.
It's this.
It's the Red Bull.
It's all fake. It's caffeine induced.
Let's get them to sponsor this next
Sure.
Yeah, that's why I called you, and I know you love wrestling in the state, and I know you want it to grow. And so I'm thinking that this year is the best tournament that we've had. You know, yeah, Sem came down and they ran away. People look, if they're looking at the points, yeah, that's one thing, but the quality of wrestlers straight across the board is really, really solid.
Yeah. Well, it was the Wyoming Seminary dual meet for the first 3-4 weights, and we hadn't seen one of their guys since then. So if they would have come down and put 14 in the finals, then it might be something they look at and be like, maybe that wasn't worth the trip. But you come down and you don't put everybody in the finals, yeah, you walk away with a team score, but not putting your whole team in the finals tells you still got work to do, which means it's going to make them a little hungry to come back and put 14 in the finals next year. That's what every coach is trying to do here.
Well, it's a testament to the tournament and the quarterfinals that all of the matches, they were real close matches. Then the Sem guys found ways to win those close matches, probably because I think what Chris was talking about earlier, the level of competition, the kind of tournaments they're going to weekend after weekend.
Yes.
And so those matches where it was 3-1 or something with 20 seconds left, and Sem guys found a way to win those matches. But I wish we could have had the quarterfinals live. We'll look for that to do that next year, because that round really made the tournament for them, but those matches were really close.
42 seconds left in the period. They got the score right. It's going to be 5-4. Rogers leading. His coaches want him to go ahead and ice this period and get another takedown.
Rogers really pressing the action here, getting a little frustrated with
toe dragger here. See if Rogers can keep it in bounds. 12 seconds left.
He's going to pull him in for not the takedown yet. Great defense here on the edge. Pulling him all the way to the center, and he'll get the takedown with 2 seconds left.
You know you get frustrated when you see that guy pull him in a half a foot and then dive and they go out of bounds. You wanted to drag him back to the center of the mat, please.
Tell you what, that singlet looks sweet though.
Singlet is looking good out there. Actually just got a message from John Brooks. He said Hagerstown High School in Maryland would be a good choice to try to get these guys down.
Yeah, Hagerstown. John, what's his name?
John Brooks.
John Brooks. I'm from Maryland, John Brooks. So yeah, I'd love to get a bunch of Maryland teams. We had St. Paul's down a few years ago. Coach Pete Schaefer up there, a friend of mine, he brought him down. I'd love to have a bunch of those Maryland schools down.
Just need to make a wish list and just start going and closing those teams out. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Politz with a...
And on a single leg here, pretty...
Yeah, he was on that wrist for a minute.
Trying to go crackdown here. It's pretty hard to go crackdown from both knees here. It's looking like possibly a stalemate here.
I think that's a good call there. They changed the college rules this year for that redrop. If you just, he hit him for stalling.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on that.
I don't know how you can be hit for
stalling when you're taking a shot.
I thought they started top-bottom.
Yeah, that's what I was
terrible
thinking.
Call.
Yeah, I've never seen that in my life.
Oh, nice, Granby. Didn't quite clear his legs. That's going to be 9-5 lead for Rogers.
Looking like Rogers is really putting the pressure on this guy toward the end of the match, trying to wear him down a little bit. Begin the middle of the match trying to chase him a little too much, and think now it's the pressure of him starting to get to him here. Ooh, that might have been close to a pin there. He was...
Politz, Granby without his legs cleared. Hit a nice clean Granby in that scramble. Rogers followed his hips and then tried to Granby without his ankles clear. Got stacked up pretty bad. So Casey, you've put a lot of effort into organizing this event. Starting to run like a well-oiled machine. You got the DeMonicos running the brackets and stuff up there. In my opinion, one of the first families to wrestle. They're an unbelievable family. From an organizational or an experience standpoint, what would you like to add, or what do you think? Do you think you got it all nailed, or there's always another level? So what are you thinking already for next year?
I'd like to do some more live coverage. Like I said before, the whole tournament. We'd love to get to 50 teams.